Hello, my name is Shakoy Rockmore, and I will be interviewing for the K-12 lead teacher position. I'm going to start by telling about culture of universal achievement. It is more difficult to create an environment that generates curiosity for self-directed learning, establishes a relevant context, and then helps the learner recognize the learning that has occurred, but that holds the biggest payoff for organizations. This is one of the reasons why a culture of universal achievement is so important. To create a culture of universal achievement, educators need to analyze and prioritize their beliefs about teaching. The culture of universal achievement takes place when a critical mass of the staff believes that each child is capable of meeting academic standards in reading, writing, and math, and the school has the power to make that opportunity a reality. This is important because cultural achievement is the flag that we plant in the ground as a declaration of our commitment to our students. It firmly states what we stand for as well as how we plan to go about our business as we take that stand. Students need to be able to create, evaluate, and analyze ideas and communicate their thoughts through a range of media. They must also be able to sift through an abundance of information and make sense of complex questions. Together, these are 21st century skills. I like to believe that I possess all of these skills and make efforts to instill them in my students. I believe an area where I display exceptional skills is in collaboration. This is because, as an associate teacher, is something I practice daily with the lead teacher in the classroom. The constructivist approach to learning fosters 21st century skills of critical thinking. I plan to implement these skills in my students by taking this approach to learning. It also creates motivated and independent learners. The practice is based on the belief that learning happens while students are actively involved in the process of constructing knowledge and meaning instead of simply receiving information. My instructional management plan. The goal of my plan is to create a safe classroom environment that facilitates learning. I aim to implement a plan that holds students accountable with as little interruptions to learning as possible. Rules and expectations will be student centered. This model typically engage and develop key 21st century skills including collaboration, decision making, and communication because they require students to participate in making decisions in the classroom, including determining rules and procedures, and have a level of ownership in the learning. Collaboration. In order to express my value of collaboration, I would love to implement Lopez's No Excuses University system of exceptional collaboration. This system includes clarity of purpose, respectful of time banking, professional growth, and building candid professional relationships. Once a statement about staying committed is developed along with an implementation plan, it's pretty easy to follow. Clarity of purpose is all about sticking to that goal and statement in order to have productive time together. So you are essentially being respectful of time. The practice also involves time banking, which means you have set aside time for this. Professional growth is also a part of collaboration because this means that everyone in the team is staying abreast of the most current information about teaching. Lastly, building professional, candid relationships is important because you get to bond with your team. I think whenever possible, teachers should make an effort to spend time together outside of the workplace. Collaboration is so valuable because it allows teachers to work together to achieve a common goal that involves student achievement. Aligning standard provides an objective framework that can guide our path. The beauty of this framework is the ability that it has to allow continuity from one grade level to the next. When we practice in such continuity, our instruction becomes more meaningful and purposeful. In order to have strong alignment, there must be a strong objective. Objectives are so important because they will serve as a guide that helps begin the focus on concepts and skills. A strong objective is the key to instructional planning. The skills and objectives should be aligned with Bloom's taxonomy, which further cements continuity. In a nutshell, standards alignment is different because it focuses on the who, what, and how of standards. It is not driven by dates or timelines, but instead by the ideas and strategies that we plan to use as we teach the standards. Purposefully using multiple intelligences when planning your instruction is essential because with any group, you will have students who learn best in many different ways. Profiling them enables the teacher to gain a better outlook on how learners obtain information. Also, being knowledgeable about the learning styles at educational institutes helps solve learning problems among students and allows students to become better learners. It is important to understand this so you can respond to the needs of your children. When planning a unit for students, I plan to maximize my outcome by accounting for every type of learner in the classroom. My favorite way to do this is by creating small groups based on Howard Gardner's 8 types of intelligence. One important aspect I make sure to continue when planning differentiated lessons is students' background knowledge. Instructional planning. When planning instruction, I feel the best approach to the back is the backwards design model. Backwards design planning places the development of assessments directly after the outcomes are determined. This is an intentional design feature of the process to ensure that the assessments align with the outcomes developed in stage 1, that the lessons flow directly from what students will be assessed on. I feel this method is best because it places focus on assessment. Therefore, every activity leads right back to the objective in which you are assessing. I especially value that it gives students transferable skills. Assessments. Assessments are a major part of being a responsive and deliberate educator. Formative assessments are a deliberate process used by teachers and students during instructions to provide specific, actionable, and immediate feedback. During this process, students are also assessing their own learning, so they are actively involved. I prefer formative assessments because it is the only type that can transform student learning through instruction. Formative assessments occur daily, and I will assess my students daily. Unlike summative assessments that simply report on learning, formative assessments have the power to directly impact learning. Summative assessments provide a sort of snapshot of students' performance. They allow us to answer 3 questions. Did all of our students learn the material? Are all of our students meeting the standards? Are we successful with all of our students? Summative assessments have benefits and as well and mainly let us know how to guide all students on the right path. I plan to administer both types of assessments because I feel they both provide valuable data. However, I plan to place a greater focus on formative assessments with anecdotal notes since they inform my teaching and guide me through planning. Data management is essential because it answers the question, how are my students showing growth from year to year? 3 main points must be noted about data management according to Lopez. It must be easily accessible, openly shared, and deliberately arranged. It is essential for teachers to be able to come together, discuss, plan, and even complement each other. It gives teachers the opportunity to become better teachers. I also strongly believe in sharing data with students. This gives students the opportunity to see their areas for growth. Deliberately arranged data allows educators to view the most important data in a way that makes sense. This is easily done with charts or tables that can be color coded. This way, teachers are not being asked to use massive amounts of time sifting through data. According to Anderson, leaders should invest in a search engine for just in time learning so employees can access information at the point of need. These valuable search engines also allow employees to be able to easily access that data and easily read it. All these points make up an exceptional method for managing data to be used to inform teaching. To wrap things up, I believe my core values about education will make me a valuable member of your team, and my maverick spirit will allow me to fit right in with the culture of the school. My constructivist approach to teaching means that I will continue to teach the students valuable 21st century skills with a thorough and instructional management plan that places students at the forefront of their own learning. I strongly value collaboration amongst teachers and students and will implement opportunities for collaboration within my lessons. Within my lessons, I will use a backwards design model that supports multiple intelligence so my students can learn in a way that is best for them. As a member of your team, I will continue to let assessment data lead my instruction so that I can quickly respond to the needs of students. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to hearing from you.